Okay, so I am here reviewing another album that I just listened to, and this is going to be a different kind of one a little bit. I mean, it's the same kind of genre, or subgenre, whatever you want to call it, of rock music that I review a lot of stuff of. I review a lot of punk records and everything. I reviewed, I think, almost all the Descendants albums years ago, back when I was in like high school or whatever. But this is going to be a different kind of one. I haven't done a music review in a bit. But this is going to be of Landshark slash Where the Wild Things Are by a band called Fang. Now, I just listened to this record again, and man, there's a lot to say about this record. It's raw, it's not the best in production wise, but it still is a very tight record nonetheless. And it kind of reminds me of a trollish kind of band. I can't really say because their name is so explicit that I'll probably end up getting this video demonetized, all sorts of stuff happening to it. It gets restricted, whatever you want to call it, all sorts of stuff like that, but you know what I mean. But they even had joke songs that even literally talked about some fun to do with animals. I can't say the word for it, but we'll just leave it at that. And a lot of bands like this I can't really get too much into because their production really isn't that great like the other band. I can't even mention the name of it, but it's a grindcore band with a guy called Seth Putnam as their lead vocalist. I'll put two and two together and you'll figure it out. But yeah, I mean, a lot of those kind of lyrics go into genres like this with hardcore, and especially grindcore, considering a lot of grindcore is basically trollish kind of things, or just really gruesome things, what have you. That genre is kind of made for that kind of thing. Hardcore is kind of too, though it's a little bit more accessible, I'd say, than most grindcore is. I'm not really into much grindcore myself because it's not really all that listenable to me. I mean, I'm into hardcore like this, which you could argue is not that accessible to a lot of people and not exactly commercial friendly. But this I can kind of dig because it's actually kind of a tight record, and even though the vocals weren't executed in exactly a commercial friendly or like great singing type of way, I still enjoyed a lot of the riffs in the song and a lot of the beats especially. I'd say the drummer probably has the most skill out of any musician in this band on their instruments, I'd say. But for a record, it's kind of underground, is in the DIY punk scene, hardcore and stuff like that. Back in the 80s, back when production it really wasn't the greatest in a lot of these bands. This band kind of actually stuck out to me because a lot of the topics of their songs could really vary, and a lot of it would be interesting. The lyrics would be interesting, especially including in their kind of more joke type of songs. But yeah, the songwriting definitely can vary in a lot of their stuff. They have a lot of ideas in their pocket, which I definitely like, and that kind of shines in this record, which I think is a good quality about it. It's not like my all-time favorite record in this genre, but I still do really enjoy it. My favorite record in this genre, one of them is definitely City Baby Attacked by Rats by GBH. That record is definitely one of my favorite hardcore records of all time, along with that first two 7 Inches album that Minor Threat put out. Those two records are definitely my favorite hardcore records, but this one I'd say maybe around 5, 6, somewhere around there. I mean, it's not my top favorite, but I do enjoy it, for its humor, for, the more raw type of hardcore, that's humorous. I definitely do enjoy this band for that. So this album, I'd probably give it a 3.5 out of 5. Not like 5 stars. I know some people that are into hardcore rate this one 5 stars, but I'd say about 3.5. It's not the greatest hardcore record of all time in terms of production, which is why I'm rating it a little lower. If the production was a little better, I'd probably rate it higher. But it's still a pretty good record nonetheless, you know what I mean? And I do recommend checking it out. If you're into, you more humorous type of punk, kind of, because this band is definitely the band for that. So, yeah, I will catch you guys later. Peace.